Hello, in this video we will be playing Yae Miko. I've asked you guys to give me stupid team ideas for Yae Miko and today I will try them. Some of these teams would be very strong, some of these teams would feel like a punishment. And in the end we will try to hit 1 million with Yae Miko's burst. Yae Miko. One of the characters that I don't really wanted and I've got her by accident. But right now she is one of my most valuable characters on my account. But today I will not showcase how strong my Yae Miko is. Today we'll try something stupid. And previously I've asked to give me stupid, unusual or non-meta team ideas for Yae Miko. And unfortunately wasn't that many ideas, but I think we have material that can we try today. And yes, it's understandable because Yae Miko is DPS character, not the support, and there are not that many room to breathe. And without further ado, let's see what creative ideas you guys were suggesting. Hyperbloom Miko. If you have Yae Miko, you probably know that Yae Miko has problems with activating Hyperblooms. And the problem with that her totems doesn't have enough area damage to activate them. And there are a couple ideas how to fix that. First one, Hyperbloom Yae but use her charge attack and drive team and Hyperblooms. Pretty good idea, her charge attack has decent AoE and can activate Hyperblooms. But another idea was just insane. Hyperbloom Plunge Yae Miko. And yes, existence of Xianyun are adding a lot of variety for the stupid teams. And in this team a lot is going on. First of all, our turrets is still doing damage while we are plunging. Second thing, we can trigger aggravate with our every plunge. And this will increase her plunge damage even more. And the main thing, plunge attack has decent AoE and can trigger Dendrocores for Hyperblooms. And for this team we would need Xianyun, Nahida and Furina. And even without plunges, Yae Miko, Nahida and Furina is already quite strong team. They are 3 sub DPSs that can amplify damage of each other. And let's see how I built Yae Miko for this team. For the weapon I went with Seed. All of these free buffs would be very good for Yae Miko in this team. And for artifacts I went Gilded Dreams. Because Elemental Mastery would be very important to increase our Hyperbloom damage and aggravate damage from our plunges. I will not explain every buff on this team, but there is one thing that I want to mention. Because Electra and Hydra can coexist on the enemy. We can even double swirl this element with very decent veneer on Xianyun. So I have no doubts in this team. And let's see how everything works together. So starting with placing totems, then going for Furina. After that swirling everything with Xianyun, both Electra and Hydra. After that Nahida applying Dendra, finally going to Yae Miko, quickly replacing totems, and let's go first plunge, 101,000 and boss is done. Yes, boss is done. This team is very strong. And if you're thinking how much damage our Hyperblooms was doing, it's 25,000 and for some reason 54,000 with the crit. And because this team was performing extremely well, I went to test it in Spiral Abyss. And this team was just tearing through enemies. Because we have a lot of sources of damage, Furina, Nahida, Yae Miko's totems, Hyperblooms. Some enemies was them even before we was getting to Yae Miko. And in the end, this is very solid team and you can give it a try. It was not only very strong but very fun to play too. And let's move for the next team, Plunge Yae Miko. And yes, we're doing another Plunge Yae Miko team, because a lot of plunges was suggested but without Dendro reactions. So in this team we need to give up on Nahida, to get pure plunge damage without aggravates and Hyperblooms. And what teammate we'll be using instead of Nahida? For the real and consistent team, Bennett could be really great choice. But we have dedicated Electra support in the game that can buff more than Bennett. One unfortunate thing, her buff duration is quite low. And even though we will get higher numbers, consistency of this team would be quite questionable. But anyways, today we're not looking for easy ways to play this game. And what changes do we have in Yae Miko's build? Weapon would be the same, the Witseed. And for this team I went for the Shimenawa artifacts. Because this is one of the rare artifacts that can increase plunge damage. Can this team outperform previous variant? Let's test. Alright, in this team we can double swirl, but I will not do it on purpose. Because Furina would steal all the show. So starting with placing totems, then swirling Electra, Xianyun's burst, Furina's skill into the burst. Now going to Sarah, skill, burst, placing couple of totems and first plunge 110,000, another 110,000 plunge. And even though the result is quite impressive, I thought that this would be higher. Because in aggravate variant we already was doing 101,000, but we have what we have. And let's make quick DPS check against Dendro Chicken because it is very good punching bag. So let's go Furina, to Xianyun's burst. Sarah's skill into the burst. Go to Yae Miko, replacing some totems, starting plunges, first plunge, second plunge, third plunge, health is going away, health is going away. Can we one rotate? Can we one rotate? One more plunge, and plunge is gone. Replacing totems. Oh my god, I should have been replacing totems. I should have been used burst, but anyways, let's finish Dandre Chicken with the skills. Yes, and one normal, and we've done. 34 seconds, pretty good time. Yes, I've made mistake in that with Shimenawa, but anyways, result is quite impressive. Normal attack Yae Miko. And while we're staying on Shimenawa set, let's make another Shimenawa team for Yae Miko. And this time it will be Yae Miko that relies on normal attacks. And for that reason, of course, we'll go with Yunjin, best normal attack buffer in the game, Kazuha to swirl Electra, and Bennett to give us attack. I'm kinda don't like Kazuha here because we'll have buff up times problem. Yes, H seconds wouldn't be enough, but we're doing so because we're trying to maximize pure Yae Miko normal attacks. And her normal attack is actually quite bad. We have quite low multipliers, and even with low attack multipliers, her normal attack speed is quite low. So yeah, this team has quite low potential. And Yae Miko's build haven't changed since last team. We're using this same weapon and this same Shimenawa set. So let's see how strong Yae Miko's magic wand is. So let's go, starting with placing totems, then swirling Electra. So Bennett burst, Yunjin skill burst, to replace totems, using normal attacks. And how much? 21,000, 16, 13. Yes, 13 is because Kazuha's buff is gone. And very decent linear debuff is gone. That's quite unfortunate. And let's make as much damage as we can. That's not enough, we took only half of the boss HP. Quite unfortunate. And because previous performance was quite bad, we are not going for the Spiral Abyss. And I was trying to fight domain that can increase our normal attacks. But one unfortunate thing about domains, that doesn't show us ley line disorders if we're checking them from the map. But anyways, I found one domain that can increase our normal attacks even more. Yes, we will increase our normal attack through Electro damage bonus, and we can decrease resistance of the Electro Reef Hounds. And let's see how much damage we can achieve in this domain. So placing totems. Let's go, Kazuha to group, so Bennett skill, burst, and they're flying everywhere because of the overloaded. So replacing totems, normal 19,000, 13,000, that's unfortunate, 16. Alright, we need to refresh. Let's wait for the big wolf, placing totems again, let's swirl Electra, Bennett, Yunjin. And now how much? Placing totem and 29,000, 31,000, biggest number. Can we hit higher, please, 22, and all the buffs is run out. So let's finish Rift count, 14,000. It will be way faster if we use skills from our teammates, and we've done. And I guess damage was decent for this low attack multiplier. But yes, Yae Miko is not great normal attacker in the game, and we're moving for the next team. Physical Yae. Alright, I'm seeing what you guys want me to do. You want to make me suffer. A lot of suggestions was about physical Miko. Most of them was offering Eye of Perception as the weapon, but unfortunately right now I'm tight on resources. So instead of that, we'll go with Skyward Atlas. Yes, multiplier is lower on this weapon, but this weapon is better on making consistent damage. And for artifacts, I will be using double physical and double attack percentage. And for the team, we will go with Purina, Bennett, and dedicated physical support Miko. And I was thinking about giving Miko Song of the Day's Pass, but unfortunately this passive doesn't work with the weapons. And I hope anyways we can get very decent numbers. And because this is very meme build, I want to add something on top of that. We'll go with food and increase our physical damage up to 55%. And let's see how this will go. First placing totems, then Purina, then Bennett to clear Hydra, then triggering Superconduct with the Miko. One totem, normal attack, please activate. Skyward Atlas, please activate. 44,000. Yes, 44,000. Yes, 44,000. Insane. Pretty good. That was pretty nice. Of course, Furina is the one who killed boss, but I think the number was decent. So yes, even though result was pretty good, it's a meme build. And we're not going for the Spiral Abyss, but we are going for the very decent Veneer domain instead, because this domain can increase our physical damage bonus up to 75%. So let's see what damage numbers we can achieve here. Let's go, starting with placing totems, then Furina, Then the problem, we need to clear Hydra and somehow apply Superconduct, and we're failing that. So let's activate Skyward Atlas, please activate Skyward Atlas, damage. Where is the damage? 56,000, I'm seeing 56,000, and Farina killed everyone, 14,000, not crit, and 36,000. That wasn't great result. Let's make another try. And I went for the retries, testing different rotations and strategies. First I've managed to get 59,000, after that 62,000, and let's see how my last try went. So I want to start with the pre-casting, so I'm placing totems, pre-totems here, so pre-casting with Farina, pre-casting with Bennett, I'm even pre-casting with Mika. So starting, using Mika's skill, triggering Superconduct, Skyward Atlas activate, Skyward Atlas 64, let's go, stop hitting me, can we get 62, nice, another 64, let's go, we've cleared so fast, 41 in the end. That was pretty interesting result. And interestingly enough, Eye of Perception has twice more multiplier. So in theory we can achieve more than 100,000 damage. But this is for the next videos, and right now we are moving for the next team. Superconduct Yae. Alright, I understood. You guys really want me to suffer. Superconduct Yae was one of the most popular suggestions. And the first problem with Superconduct, it has very low base damage. 723 on level 90. And if we compare this to Overloaded making almost 2,900. So Superconduct is 4 times weaker than Overloaded. And it's understandable, because Superconduct main purpose is to decrease physical resistance. Another problem that we would face, Yae Miko's ICD on her totems is not great. So we will not trigger a lot of Superconduct reactions after all. And to trigger them we would use her charge attacks. Every Catalyst user doesn't have ICD on them. And even with that, her charge attacks is quite slow. And for the team we'll go with Nahida, the best elemental mastery buffer in the game, Sucrose to another elemental mastery buff, and Superconduct dealing cryo damage, so we would need to swill cryo too. And our cryo applier would be Diona. Unfortunately I'm missing Diona's Constellation 6, so we wouldn't get her elemental mastery buff. But for artifacts she will be using Instructor and Elegy for the end as the weapon. So anyways, she will give us pretty decent elemental mastery. And now let's see at the Yae Miko's build. And our problem would be weapon. Because in this team Nahida is using Floating Dreams and Sucrose is using Sacrificial Fragments, I don't have any other elemental mastery weapon for Yae Miko. So we will go with Windseed, and we will be hoping for elemental mastery buff from the passive. Artifacts of course will be Full Gilded Dreams, and in the end we're having 777 elemental mastery. One unfortunate thing that there are no potions or food buffs that can increase our elemental mastery. And let's see how this will go. So placing totems, using Nahida, using Diona, so now Sucrose, now using charge attack, doesn't see the damage, 5,000 Superconduct. Yes, that damage is not great, but we almost finished the boss, But it's only because of Nahida, yes. Nahida was scaring us. And let's double down on that. We will go on the Deepwood Memories domain, and here we can increase our elemental mastery even more. So let's see what numbers we can achieve here. So let's go. Let's start. Placing totems. Then Diona. Diona's burst. Oh, now Nahida to buff elemental mastery. Sucrose to group. Using Miko's charge, 8,000, and the main is done. That was quite fast clear of this domain, pretty nice. And we was doing 8,000 damage with our Superconducts. And not only that, I've noticed that one of our totems made 60,000 aggravate. It is more than my Miko's doing in normal build with normal team. I've definitely not expected that, and we're moving for the next team. Hypercarry Yae. And now we will try Yae Miko as the burst damage dealer. There was a couple ideas about that, and one of the suggestions was challenge me to make 1 million with her burst. And yes, team would be exactly like in the comment. We'll go with Chevres, Bennett and Sarah. Chevres will be using Song of the Days Past, Bennett will be using Noblesse Oblige, and Sarah will go with Elegy for the end and full tenacity of Millilith set. So in the end we'll go with almost damage per screenshot team. And I hope this would be enough to make 1 million with the level H burst. And for the Yae Miko, Miko build. For the weapon, of course, we'll go with Wheat Seed, and we'll be praying for elemental damage bonus buff and artifact full emblem set. And yes, I'm not using damage per screenshot crit ratio. We'll go with kinda decent crit balance, but unfortunately energy recharge is quite low. And let's see what we can achieve on our first try. Let's see how this will go. Placing totems, using Chevrolet's burst to trigger overloaded Chevrolet skill, Bennett's skill into the burst. So Sarah, one totem, Yae Miko's burst, and 140 for the bird's hit, and we was able to one-shot the boss. But this is clearly not 1 million. Total damage for the burst would be 533,000. And we need somehow almost double our damage. Alright, previous try doesn't work. And we need to do some changes in our strategy. First of all, I want to give up on Emblem Severed Fate. Because with this energy just we are not getting a lot of value from it. And right now for artifacts we'll go double Noblesse and double Thundering Fury. And for the stats we're having kinda crit fishing build. So yes, probably this would take couple of retries. But I hope with this change we can increase our damage for a bit. Let's see how this will go. So let's make the same rotation. Chevres, Bennett. Let's go Sarah, Mika. And thus not critting 162. Yes, we've got increase in damage, but this is clearly not the million. We don't need to fish for the crits because this is clearly not enough. If we've got all the crits, our damage would be 619,000 damage, but at least it's higher than previous. Previous attempt was failed too, so let's enter the dark territory. And yes, we will go with the food buffs. First of all, we'll use the only 5-star meal, and this will help us with crit rate and give us attack. Second, of course, we will go with Electra damage potion. And I hope this would be enough. This time with Seed Luck abandoned me. With elemental mastery buff I was getting this amount of damage. With attack percentage we've got this damage, but if you try long enough, eventually you will get right RNG. So let's go. The same rotation, so Yae Miko. Let's go Chevres, Bennett. Sarah, please, right buff. So using burst, 143, 100 HP5, we've got right buff. Not all the hits was crits, but we've got right buff and we've got damage improvement. With all the crits we should make 700,000 damage. We're getting closer but still far away. Alright, let's change the tactics. Yes, unfortunately this team doesn't work, so let's try how much damage we'll be doing with the standard damage per screenshot team. Probably this would be our solution. So let's go, let's try. So totems, Kazuha's whirling. So Bennett's burst. Mona, please hit. Yae Miko totem. Let's go. 120, 156, all the crits, and we one-shotted the boss. But this was downgrade. We haven't even reached 600,000 damage. Yeah, this was bad idea in the end. And this idea doesn't work out very well, so let's switch back for the previous team. And right now we need to do another dirty thing. I don't like to go against this boss to showcase damage, because it feels like a cheating. So for now let's stay away from this domain. First we'll try Yae Miko against her friend, if you can call it that way. Yes, we'll go against Trident Shogun in this domain, and I hope this would be enough. I will not show how many retries I spent in this domain, that was quite a lot. So let's head back for the final result. So let's jump, another jump. Preparing. Right now shield will be gone, so placing totems. Let's go Chevres. Chevres. Bennett. Sarah. Yae Miko, please right buff. And burst. 176 and 219,000 damage per burst hit. That was close but not enough. Burst total will be 835,000. To get 1 million we need at least to get 260 per burst hit. Alright, I give up. If we want to make 1 million, we need to go against this domain. We already beat Mama Puppet, so let's beat Sun Puppet too. But I don't want to go too dirty. We will not go against level 60 domain, we will go against real level 90 domain, and I hope this time it would be enough. So let's knock him down. I don't know how many tries I've done. So let's go for the last phase, So let's destroy turrets, so Bennett, Chevres, So Bennett, please. First turret destroyed, please. Let's collect this thing while the cooldown. Second turret. Missing, we're missing. No. Bennett, please. Using third level skill. We can destroy it with level 2 skill. But I don't want to risk it. And last one. Let's go. Let's go. Now you're going down. Nice. Let's go. Please. We need to use food. Where it is? Where is it? First we'll start with crit rate and crit damage, and other one would be electric damage bonus. So let's go. 1 million incoming. Starting pre-casting. Chevra skill. Bennett's burst. Zara's skill and burst. Go to Yae Miko, play some free totems using burst. Please 260, please 260. Let's go. This was exactly damage that we've needed. Let's go, we've done it. Finally. And we actually have room to improvement here, because our talent level was only level 8. Conclusion. And right now you're seeing on the screen my Yae Miko and Dori run in Spiral Abyss. Dori is kinda mascot of the series right now, and I will try to make team with Dori in every video. And even though there wasn't a lot of Dori team ideas, the team that I'm using right now is one of the suggestions, and it actually performed quite well in the Spiral Abyss. First 2 bosses doesn't make any troubles for this team, but even in 3rd chamber Dori performed very well. Her plunging attacks was destroying this boss shield quite fast, and I have bad news right now. We actually doesn't hit 1 million. I've made calculation and total damage for the base should be 988,000. So we are actually 12,000 off. But anyways, this was quite fun to try your team ideas. Thank you for all suggestions and thank you for the watching. Subscribe to my channel and I'll see you in my next video.